Getting away from you people is the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, how much sex, fun, friendship can one man take?
It's been a while. So today we're here to talk about The Big Chill. And if you haven't heard of it, it is a movie from the 1980s, I believe 1983. It is about a group of people who come together because their friend passed away, and so they all gather for his funeral. And I believe they're all friends who met in college, and so they come together. And it's kind of like I've heard a lot of TV shows and like podcasts, and people say like, oh my god, you have to watch it, it's so good, it's like a coming of age movie, perfect for your 30s when you're like figuring life out and blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, great, like what else am I gonna do? Might as well watch it. And I did. And what?
It's about everything. Suicide.
Alex and I made love the night before he died. It was fantastic.
Despair. Or lost hope. That's it, lost hope.
May have contracted the big chill.
I know, but I'm telling you, I think I've got something good right here.
So here we go. So you have the main cast of Friends, which is not the TV show, Sarah and Harold. They met, I assume, in college, and they actually are married. They're the only one in the group that are married to like somebody else from the group. And then you have Meg, who is single, and she's like wanting to have kids. So her goal this whole weekend is to like meet up with their old guy friends and like see if one of them wants to have a baby with her. More on that.
The ground is ready. I just need someone to plant the seed. Yeah, but who's going to be the lucky farmer?
So then there is Karen, who is married to her husband, who is not part of the friend group. He is there for like the first day, but then he goes home to take care of the kids and like lets her stay to hang out with her friends. Good guy. And so then there's also Sam, who is the actor of the group. He is like a famous TV show character. I don't remember his character's name, but he's famous. And then there is Nick, and he's like the cool hotshot, guy. But he's also like addicted to pills. And Nick is played by William Holt, and like he's kind of attractive at that time in the 80s. So like go look up William Holt from the 1980s. There is Michael, who is super creepy, and he's played by Jeff Goldblum, which like is fun to see, but like I don't like his character at all. And then there's Chloe, who is the girlfriend of the person who passed away. She's not really friends with the group, but like is joined in with the group obviously because her boyfriend passed away. And I think that's everybody. Yes. So the story itself is like really all over the place. There's no good like solid storyline. It just is very choppy, and like nothing really flows into the next thing. They just kind of like cut to scenes. So like, for example, Michael, for whatever reason, is just like making a documentary the whole time and like interviewing different people on the couch, but they never really say why, and it never really comes to anything. It's just something his character is doing, in addition to incessantly hitting on the single girls, Meg and Chloe. And then there's also this like storyline where Harold goes running in the mornings, and then like Nick starts to join him, and then Sam starts to join him, and Harold's wearing very short shorts, which like whatever, 80s fashion, I guess. But then like Nick and Sam run in like jeans, which I don't know how comfortable that. I guess Harold works for some shoe company, so then he just gets everybody's shoes and just leaves them like on the kitchen table, and then everybody just collects them, and that's it. That's that whole storyline. The end. There is Nick's storyline where he's like riding in a car one day, all like hopped up on pills, and he gets pulled over by the cop, and so he like drives back home to Harold's house, and Harold's like, please don't arrest him, like don't give him a ticket, like we're all a family, like, blah, blah, blah. And so the cop decides to let him out of a ticket if Sam, the actor, can do like a stunt that he normally does in his show where he like jumps up and jumps into a car in like one single bound. And so Sam's like, yeah, I got this, but then he doesn't have it, and then he just wrecks himself.
Lives. Symptoms range from lack of coordination.
This is all happening while they're also watching the Michigan game, which makes me think that they went to the University of Michigan because they were like rooting hardcore for Michigan. Sam's storyline is that he has this like unrequited love with Karen, but Karen is obviously now married with children.
15 years you've acted like I'm the one you really wanted. You've made sure that everybody knew it.
And doesn't matter. They hook up on the front lawn for everybody to see. And then she just like goes back to her normal life. Like no big deal.
The new stars of the 80s.
The 80s? I don't know. There is Chloe, who she's a little weird in general. Just like her character is meant to be just kind of like an oddball.
I haven't met that many happy people in my life. How do they act?
But she ends up like Michael hits on her and that doesn't take, but then Nick hits on her and she's like down for it. So then she ends up just like living with Sarah and Harold like in their basement, and then Nick just like stays there too and lives with them. Again, I don't know. Meg has decided that she wants to have a child, and she's like, who better to have a child than like borrowing some seed from one of my friends? Fine, whatever, great, live your life. So she asks Sam, and Sam's all like, no girl, love you, but no. And she's like fine with it. And then Michael's all like, hey girl, like I'll give you some. And she's like, no.
Jeff Goldblum.
And then Nick also says no to her. And then she's talking with Sarah about how great Harold is and how great their like family is and how envious she is of her. So then Sarah, the great friend that she is, goes and talks to Harold and is like, you know what? You should go sleep with Meg. Like, give her a baby.
You can always be counted on to do the right thing. It's a disgusting curse.
What? I like to think I'm a good friend, but like, I don't think I would ever give my husband the okay to go sleep with one of my friends to make a baby. Maybe I would consider sharing the sperm after a talk with my husband to see if we were okay with it. Maybe, I don't know. But like, never would I just be like, yeah, you could sleep with him, it's fine. You can do it the old-fashioned way. No big deal. Our love life will be the same, it's fine. No, I don't. This movie is wild. So anyways, that happens. He sleeps with her, and I assume she gets pregnant. I don't know. They don't go that far in the future. But yeah, Sarah's a good friend. So that's pretty much the story. Oh yeah, and then it all ends with them like at the kitchen table being like, we're never gonna leave, ha ha ha. It just ends. That's it. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. People rave about this movie, and I like to think that I'm fairly proficient in movies, but like, I did not get the appeal. Nope. Didn't get it. I don't know. Go watch it if you want. We've got plenty of time to kill. It is available. I forget what I watched it on, but it was one of the streaming platforms, so it's out there. But that's all I've got. So, you know, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.